Go ahead. Go ahead, Brian.
Matt, can you just walk us through the last minute and some of the turnovers and what all you saw about the way they finished the game?
Yeah, the offensive foul that was in front of us, it was hard for me to see. There was two guys wedged there. He kind of took his head low, and I didn't see the foul, if there was one. When J.I. gets trapped there in the corner and they call the traveling, it's so far away from me, I can't see that. I thought we did a good job executing at the end on that play to get the ball to Travion, and I thought we did a good job of, it's hard, because when you don't have a timeout, you want to call one right there and set your D. They want to call one probably and set something up. If you don't, I don't know. I don't think they had one. They have one? Timeout? No. And so we didn't have one. So we told our guys right away, like, you got to get back right away and not let them advance it. And it's a little sticky because you want everybody to crash right there because you're in a tough spot. So like everybody needs to crash because you get somebody back on defense and then you miss it. You want as many bodies as you can to get the basketball. So now you got to really go and run and get turned around. I thought we did a good job. Like I haven't watched it yet on video, but I thought we did a good job of being aware of him, being there, making him turn. He went to his left hand.
He stepped through him.
Yeah, and then he kind of gets through him, and now you're making it a little bit harder, as he gets that shot. But it's, Coach Katie used to always talk about it. He goes, when you go on the road, you got to be 10 points better than somebody, because if you allow it to be close, crazy things can happen. We allowed it to be close. We had a couple free throw box outs we didn't get. We turned the ball over there late. We get an offensive foul. Crazy things happen, and obviously that shot was, kind of a once in a lifetime type shot. But we allowed it to be close. If you go look at the box, even though none of us has box scores, but if you go to ESPN, you can look at it. He's hitting one right now. Sometimes when you celebrate and everybody storms the court, the box scores come out late. When you look at it, we out-rebound them. We have fewer turnovers, but they shot better, and that's what can offset the possessions. We had way more possessions than they did. They shot better from three. They were more efficient. They shot better overall, and they shot better from the free throw line. So give Rutgers credit.
They had a lot of success cutting to the basket, cutting with their bigs.
Yeah.
What were they kind of doing to give you problems defensively, or
well,
what
in the
were
first
you
half,
not doing?
he got away from us in those threes, and we talked about him not getting any triple threat jab threes, and we let him do that twice. Then he gets two pin downs and makes a really tough shot, and we foul him on one of them. So right away, if you let a guy move and shoot and you contest it, you're preferring not to shoot it, but you're still making him move and shoot. But when you just let him stand still and jab and shoot him, those are the ones we said, hey man, like just make him, dribble the basketball in those situations. Don't let him get in that comfort zone. In terms of those guys cutting and moving, and you just got to protect the paint more than anything. You got to protect the paint. You got to keep the ball out of the paint. Late in the game, we let them. They kind of had guards and they backed us down a little bit, and made a couple of those tough plays. McConnell made a couple of tough pull-ups. But, they played well. They had a really tough game against Illinois. I told our guys, you won't see that team when you come in here. You'll see a totally different team, whether Gio plays or not. Those guys will rebound from that. They will compete. They will play. I think this is the fourth game in a row that they beat us. They're very blue-collar. They're tough, and, give them credit.
What did Ethan give you? You went to him most of the second half.
Yeah. Well, he gave us someone that could guard Ron Harper.
Right.
That was the whole thing, like the guys that were guarding Ron Harper before. And we get into some switching things so everybody can guard him. Ethan was, very good in the first half, and gave us a lot of really good minutes. Just someone who was active, who can pass the basketball. He made a great hustle play on that rebound to give Sasha that three. So I thought he was really good.
Are they still kind of finding their way defensively, you feel like, your team?
Yeah, when you have a bigger team and they play a little smaller, you gotta be able to adjust to that a little bit. I think that's more of us, just kind of growing as a defensive team. More than anything for us is I just didn't think in the first half, even though it's obviously a close game and a half, we didn't value possessions. We have about a handful of play shots that we just absolutely shouldn't take. And now you don't really, it's not that big a deal. And then when you get beat at the buzzer, it sure looks like a big deal there. We like to have about a handful of those back, but I think there's a lot of coaches that kind of feel that way if every game that they coach.
That 26 on threes, was that something that Rutgers was doing? Was it you guys missing open shots? Just what
Yeah, we just, we got those big guys, and they get a lot of attention. And with that, you're going to get a lot of like open looks. So I think we had a couple threes that I would say were shots you probably shouldn't take, but 90% of what we took were pretty good shots. We didn't make it. But it's one of those things that it's being able to make shots at home, make shots on a neutral court, make shots when things are going your way. But now when things aren't quite going your way and you're on the road, it's just harder. And like some of our guys just haven't been through, that.
Was Isaiah hurt there at the end?
No, not to my knowledge.
Do you think that this can kind of serve as a wake-up call for a team that's as talented as yours going forward?
Yeah, you can look at it two ways. You look at it as a wake-up call, or a team like Rutgers played really well, and you still have to give credit to the team that won. I don't know as much as a wake-up call. We need to value possessions better. We need to box out on free throws. Each guy needs to be better defensively. We have some guys that are really cerebral, good shooters, good passers, know how to play. But then the other parts of the game, rebounding the basketball, defending, being able to be a little bit better, be a possession better across the board.
Anything else?
What had to be better offensively, I guess, to start off the game?
Make shots.
Just take
Don't
care of the
take
ball.
bad shots. Yeah, like we want to establish our big guys. That's no secret, no matter who we play. Zach got a couple right away. He was a little bit too far, didn't take his time. Then he gets a basket. Travion comes in right away and gives us a boost, and really does a good job. But more than anything, just getting some shots in rhythm. And when you don't have them, unless you're in a low clock, now we just have to be able to have that efficiency. We have a very efficient team, but we didn't play like it today. We didn't play bad, but it just you got to be a little bit more efficient. You got to probe the defense a little bit more, get a little bit better shot.
Anything else?